It is said that untimely deaths are the most painful ones. On 10th of November 2025, Red Fort, Delhi, around 8 people, till now known, have died an untimely death. This untimely death came in the aftermath of a bomb blast. Bomb blast in an I-20 white colored car. And it is also now being testified by the Commissioner of Police Delhi that the car was moving slowly. There were around 2 to 3 people inside the car when that blast happened in that car, which simply means that it was a suicide bombing attack. Now, these kind of attacks are quite common under Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba or Hizbul Mujahideen modules. These are referred to as Fidain attacks. And the people who are involved in these attacks, who are the suicide bombers, they are brainwashed. And they are brainwashed that they will go to Jannat and they will be called as Shaheed. But what is the fault of those 8 people? Those 8 innocent people who were near that car which blasted. Their families have been devastated, impacted a lot, but we as of now don't know it clearly whether it was a terror attack or not. That is their question mark, which signifies a lot. A lot of questions have to be answered. The Home Minister on 11th of November at 11 a.m. in the morning was chairing a meeting. And obviously, lot of developments are going to happen after this. But we need to connect the dots. Since the last 10 days, many arrests were being made in different parts of the country. And you would be surprised to know that doctors were being arrested. These doctors from whom, ammunitions or bomb making materials have been recovered. They are proper doctors. No one can even, bring them under suspicion. And this is how, sleeper cells work. Sleeper cells or members of the sleeper cells are those people who in their day-to-day lives are conducting their duties like those doctors. But they have been trained. They only get activated. They only come out of their sleep once they receive orders from their masters. Where are their masters? Well, we actually don't know where are their masters. They can be in India, they can be in Pakistan, or they can be in any part of the world. But yes, this big question mark is there that was it a terror attack or not? And after this, bomb blast, Delhi, Mumbai, UP, they all have been put on high alert. Now, those arrests which I have been talking about over here, first is Dr. Adil Ahmed Rathar. He is a resident of Anantnag, Jammu and Kashmir, and he was a senior resident doctor in the Government Medical College, Anantnag. Senior resident doctor. He was arrested from UP Saranpur on October 27. And why he, came under suspicion? Because he pasted Jaish posters on October 19 in J&K. Jaish means Jaish-e-Mohammed, a major terrorist outfit which targets India. Time and again. Pasted Jaish-e-Mohammed posters in Naugam, threatening forces, and AK-56 rifles recovered from his hospital locker. So, one such arrest. Second arrest, Dr. Muzammil Ahmed Ghane, also known as Muzammil Shakil. He is a resident of Pulwama, Jammu and Kashmir, arrested from Faridabad about 10 days ago. Medical student at Al-Falah University. 2,900 kgs of ammonium nitrate. Remember this word, ammonium nitrate. 20 timers, 20 batteries recovered from his Faridabad house, and 8 large and 4 small suitcases found with explosives. Now, these are the ones who have been arrested. These explosives have undergone the confiscation of the forces. But like these, how many are they? Well, if I believe the fact that the blast in Delhi has a link to these people, then those people who were successful in doing the blast became successful and these people failed. But how many people are there still out which have not got caught and are having access to such kind of explosives? Dr. Shaheen Shahid, she was also arrested, works in Al Falah Hospital. AK-74 assault rifle recovered from lady doctor's car and weapons were found in her car during Faridabad raids. Umar Mohammed, suspect suicide bomber in Delhi blast. And how does he look like? Now we have some images of this guy which has been caught in the CCTV footage when he was bringing this white i20 car out from the parking, and just when he came out of the parking, he took a U-turn and his car was there on the red light near the Red Fort, and that was Red Fort metro station, I would say gate number 1 or 2 it was, where this blast happened. Ammonium nitrate, fuel oil, explosive detonators used in Delhi car blast. Initial probe finds this. However, the complete probe is yet to come out, but ammonium nitrate, which was found by one of those people who have been arrested, was there and it was used in this bomb. And it is also said that no nails or no sharpeners were recovered from the blast site or from the body of those who have been deceased. The different kind of bomb where ammonium nitrate was used, and ammonium nitrate was also recovered from Dr. Muzammil Ahmed Ganai. 2900 kgs of ammonium nitrate. So this is something which you need to know and understand, that there can be a link, but as UPSC aspirants, till that link is established, we should keep it as a probable linkage. But what is there for us in this particular episode? A law, that is Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. This particular law is that law under which these arrests have been done, those 3-4 people which I showed you, and whatever arrests now will be done in the aftermath of this bomb blast case will be done under this law. This law was passed in the year 1967. And what does this law signify? Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. This law has to prevent unlawful activities. And what are unlawful activities according to the law? Well, when it was passed in 1967, unlawful activities according to this law were secessionist activities. Secessionist means any organization, not individual, but any organization which is involved in secessionist activity. Secessionist activity simply means that separatist activity, wants to separate a territory from India, was considered as unlawful activity, as simple as that. But as the time progressed, there were amendments. In 2004, terrorist activities were also added as unlawful activities. That is why now the arrests are being made under UAPA of those terrorists. Okay. So there were terrorist related laws like Terrorist and Disruptive Activities Prevention Act TADA and Prevention of Terrorism Act POTA. Both of them have been repealed and provisions related to terrorism have been brought under UAPA. Now, aims of this act, it aims at effective prevention of unlawful activities in India, and these unlawful activities are secessionist activities and terrorist activities. Unlawful activity refers to any action taken by an individual or association intended to disrupt the territorial integrity and sovereignty of India. When it was passed in the year 1967, it was any unlawful activity by an organization. But an amendment came in 2019 which said that any activity by an organization or an individual will be considered as unlawful activity. So that was also added. The act assigns absolute power to the central government to make arrests, not with the state governments, it is with the central governments, and that is why NIA, National Investigative Agency, has been empowered under this law to make arrests if they feel that any unlawful activity has been done. And that is why NIA was present on the blast site yesterday itself. Punishment: death penalty or life imprisonment is the highest punishment under this particular law. Charge sheet, maximum of 180 days, that is 6 months. The officials can take, police officials or the security officials, to file charge sheet. Charge sheet is that sheet on which all those, I would say, crimes have been mentioned, that what crime has been committed by this arrested person after the investigation of the police, and that charge sheet is tabled in the courts, and then the courts decide what to do, what not to do. But yes, getting time of 6 months to file the charge sheet is substantial in itself, and these 6 months are full of torture for these people. So as I said that this law has undergone many amendments, so I'll clarify this over here. 1967, this law was enacted, right? At that time, unlawful activities were secessionist activities by an organization, right? This was the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act in 1967, secessionist activities, separatist activities. Then the first amendment we are talking about came in the year 2004. 2004 में unlawful activities became secessionist activities plus terrorist activities by an organization. Then the next amendment came in the year 2019, in which unlawful activities were secessionist activities plus terrorist activities by an organization or individual. This has been the journey of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act through the amendments. And that is why individuals are now being arrested under this law. It is to be found out whether these individuals are having affiliations with whom? Jaish-e-Mohammed, Lashkar-e-Taiba, Hizbul Mujahideen. Well, in most of the cases it is Jaish-e-Mohammed. And people are also suspecting the role of ISIS Khorasan. This is the new branch of ISIS which has been based out of Afghanistan, and the aim is to target India. But yes, all these are speculations as of now. Let's see what happens. Now coming back to this law, Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, there are multiple issues related with the law. Means this law is highly controversial. First, misuse of the law has been there. According to NCRB data from 2016-19 to 16 to 19, 4231 FIRs were filed, and out of 4231 FIRs, only 112 cases have resulted in convictions. There is a vague definition of terrorist act. What is a terrorist act? It includes death of or injuries to any person, damage to any property, etc. This is what happened yesterday in the Delhi blast, and now therefore after this Delhi blast, whatever arrests will be made under UAPA. And 2 people have been picked up for questioning after this attack from that Paharganj area. Denial of bail. Bail is very stringent. There is this section 43D5 of this act which makes bail very, very difficult. It is solely dependent upon the authorities. If the authorities feel that if this person is granted bail, which have been arrested under UAPA, will not do or will not get indulged directly or indirectly in any, unlawful practices, then only bail will be granted. Pendency of trials. Obviously, this is one such thing which the Indian judiciary is crippling with. So that delays justice. Anarchy by the state the state has been accused because it is the sole prerogative of Government of India to make arrests under this UAPA. So that makes it very, very, I would say, kind of empowering the state too much, giving the state powers too much, and arrests are made. So this is one domain where the government of India is criticized. And second and lastly is undermining federalism. The 2019 amendment, where unlawful activities were secessionist activities, terrorist activities by an organization or an individual. That particular amendment also empowered the NIA, that is National Investigating Agency, to make arrests in terrorism related cases. Now, what about the state police then? They have the prerogative of managing the law and order of the state. And obviously, terrorism, if it is there, then the law and order is not there. The state police will do it. But again, there will be clashes. NIA or state police. And that is where federalism gets undermined. So these issues are there, but larger than these issues with the law, the issue is about safety of Indians. The issue is about terrorism, which is impacting India. Our surveillance have improved a lot, especially after the Pahalgam terror attacks, and it is expected to improve further. It should improve further. I am very hopeful that the government of India and the security agencies will do what they have to do best. And yes, if need be, go to any extent to punish these terrorists. This is what I can pray for, I can hope for, and obviously my prayers are with the family members of those who have been deceased and or those who have been injured. That is it. Namaste. Jai Hind.